Hey, Instagram. Hey, Facebook.
What's up, everyone? We will be.
You did that one in a while. So.
I would say live right there.
Okay, well, there you go. Hello, everyone. Oh, let me see if this thing is working here.
Oh yeah, it should be posting up.
Make sure the volume is down. Hey, y'all. Hello. Thank y'all for joining. Shavonna. Hey, May. Hey, Sister Haynes. Hello. Thank y'all for joining us.
What's going on, world?
Happy December 16th. Countdown to Christmas. We got
9 days.
8 days to Christmas Eve. 9 days to Christmas. Me and Trinity was in the car. I was like, it's 8 days to Christmas Eve.
I keep turning it like that.
What am I turning it like?
So you can read.
I mean, ain't nothing to read yet.
That's it.
I know how to turn this when it's time to read some comments. Hey, Tony and Anthony and Dapra. Hey, Dapra, girl.
Thank y'all for joining us on this evening on another Magical Marriage Monday.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy Hanukkah. I wish y'all could see my little Christmas Oh, y'all can see me on Instagram. I got some little Christmas decorations in the little niche. I got some behind me too.
Hey, Laquita.
Can you move? Let me see.
Oh.
You can't really see them, because of our angles. But you can kind of see them on Facebook right there, yeah. So if y'all don't know, I love to decorate for Christmas. Don't mind me messing with this.
And so I've been decorating for Christmas because she loves to decorate for Christmas.
Well, you know, when you get married to somebody, you know. Oh,
what's up, Tony?
So,
Tony.
I said hey to Tony.
Oh, okay.
I know who Tony is. I used to see Tony in Planet Fitness. We used to get our workout on. Girl, I ain't been in a while, but I'm going to be back. I'm on the way. Because I got to be.
We hope that everyone had a great weekend. I hope y'all got y'all Christmas shopping done. I don't know where we are in our Christmas shopping.
I ain't even thinking about no Christmas shopping right now.
All she thinking about is decorating.
That's right.
That's it. But so tonight, what we want to talk about is a topic that one of our people that tunes in on the regular wanted us to talk about. And we love y'all enough that when y'all give us topics to discuss on Marriage is Real, we will take them under advisement and rock with them.
And considering that it's the holiday season and a lot of people are about to encounter their loving in-laws. You finna go out of town. They finna come into town. It ain't no running. It ain't no running from.
What if
it just is what it is.
What if you go in your room and lock the door?
It don't matter. They gonna come and knock. Because if you the thing, like my in-laws on my side of the family, when they over here, they just walk in the room. not if he's in there, of course, but you know, we pretty free. But yeah. So how's everybody doing? Hope everybody had a great weekend. What's today? We just said eight days to Christmas, so December
9 days, 8 days
16th. Somebody's
Christmas
birthday
Eve.
today.
Jesus.
Anyway, so
before we get started, can y'all do us a favor? Could you share the video and give us hearts and stuff? Because the more...
We've already had some hearts and stuff. You ain't paying attention.
We get more. The more the better. You're supposed to say that. Because that's what they tell you.
What's this little lock doing on the side of your head right here? Turn around. What is this?
Oh, that's I put that there. So I can do like this.
You need to put it away. That is not cute.
What's going on, Paul?
Hey, Paul. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Olivia on Facebook.
Hi,
on Instagram.
Okay, what was you saying? I'm sorry. You said hearts and likes.
Oh, yeah. If y'all would be so kind to share the video, like the video, give us hearts and all that so that we can get boosted, you know, so we can go worldwide.
Boosted.
I think the furthest person we ever had on the live was Jamaica, right?
That you keep up with that.
Yeah, Jamaica. Yeah, but share the video. So tonight, good people, like Jamie was saying, you cannot escape
Ain't no running.
what's coming And, and in some cases, they could already be around. Some people get into town early, right, baby?
Yeah, oh yeah.
They could already be on your couch using up your toilet paper and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So tonight we're going to talk about in-laws. My wife wanted to listen to the people. I wanted to listen to the people, and the people have spoken. And because of that, we're going to talk about in-laws. And again, if anybody has any other topics that y'all want us to discuss, we are more than happy and willing to do that. We will do the research. We will find out and share our experiences and our 2 cents. And then we will get back to y'all, and it will become a live video. What's up, Laura?
Hello, Michelle. Thanks for joining us. And again, like I said, just because it's the holiday season, you know, we understand that there are going to be other outlaws. Oh yeah. We understand there are about to be a lot of encounters with your outlaws or your in-laws or your in-loves or your or the out-of-loves or the, all of them. That girl said, "What if I lock the door?" That's what.
Somebody gonna let them in.
Look, some of them gonna try to come go around the back and knock on the window. Like, I know y'all in there.
The grandbaby gonna be like, "Why you didn't let Granny in?"
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. So, and sometimes it's not just the we think about it on the parent side, like, you know, your mother-in-law or your father-in-law. Sometimes the bad in-law is the children. You know, you could have you could be the parent and the in-law could be the daughter-in-law, or somebody could be watching and the in-law could be the son-in-law. Like, I can't stand my son-in-law, or I can't stand my daughter-in-law. It could be the opposite. You know what I'm saying? It's not always just the parent, right? It could be the kid too. So, you know, just take that into consideration.
Hey, Sia, a doctor.
Congratulations, Isia. Thanks for joining us. Girl, thumbs up. We got to give you all the props. So, and I think Sia might be one of the ones that wanted to talk about in-laws too. So.
And so, just real quick on Instagram, Cece, one of our babies.
Hey, I'm Shella.
Shella joining us.
Thank you, guys.
So for everybody that's on Instagram, we're getting ready to talk about the in-laws. If y'all tuning in, we can't put a title in on Instagram, but we're talking about in-laws tonight.
Okay. So, and I just want to preface this with saying, excuse my energy today. I am so tight. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's
Altovia.
I don't know if it's the high Altovia. I don't
know
if it's the
our love in the building. We're gonna have to come do something with y'all.
I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know what it is, but I'm so sleepy. I don't know. I've been dragging my body along all day long.
You need a pop lock. Go on and get you one. Get you.
How I go?
Skip a little bit.
I don't pop and lock. I twerk and jerk.
Twerk and drop.
Twerk.
You twerk and drop?
Yeah, South Dallas.
Let's see.
South Dallas.
Let's see.
I'm in the chair.
Stand in the chair.
Stand in the chair. Okay. He's trying to send his sister to the emergency room tonight. In the chair. Pop, lock, and drop it. Pop, lock, and drop it. Okay, anyway. So we're talking about in-laws. So like I mentioned before, it may not just be the parents. It may be the children, the daughter-in-law, the son-in-law may be the one that's the horrible in-law. The first thing, Titi, holla, ain't no stopping me. But I'll say this: the first thing relative to in-laws is to set the boundary.
Just one?
Set the boundary.
It ain't boundaries? We only gonna get one boundary?
Set the boundaries. The boundaries is the boundary. That boundary includes all of these boundaries.
What's up, Oh, that's my brother. What's up, Corey?
Hey, Corey. How you doing?
Save me some of that dinner, bro.
But yeah, so you gotta set boundaries. That's number one. The first thing the first thing that has to happen, even before the boundaries, is that you and your spouse have to be on the same page. That's number one. Mm-hmm. I will say that me and my husband have been blessed to have good in-laws. Mm-hmm. I mean, we haven't had any issues. Like, he don't have any issues with my mom and dad. I don't have any issues with his mom and dad. But in the times where he's had his own issues and I have my own issues with our in-laws or whatever. The thing that you have to do, though, is make sure that you guys are on the same page first and foremost. That's number one.
United front.
There has to be unity
in the community.
And you can't be unwittingly saying, like, I'm coming over here to him saying, baby, don't worry about my mama. You know how she is. She just be tripping. No, you know, she like that with everybody. And then you go to your mama and be like, Mom, you know how, you know, that he just like that. You know, don't even worry about it. I'll take care. No. You can't do that. So
your in-laws need to know whatever I say, she backs it. And whatever she says, I back it.
That we're united. Like that, and like, it's not that I'm coming against you or anything like that, but that we're a united front. That's first and foremost, that you guys have to be on the same page. That's number one. Then you have to set the boundaries. Set the boundaries, and this is our thing. Blood deals with blood.
Yeah.
If you got a problem with his mama or he got a problem with your mama, let him deal with his mama. And I'm gonna deal with mine. Let him deal with his daddy, and I'm gonna deal with my daddy. Now, if I come to you and I say, look, I have an issue with the way your mama talks to me, or she says, you know, such and such, and when she do this to the kids, or whatever the case may be, I don't like how she just walk in our house and go in our refrigerator, or whatever the case may be.
Or she come in the house and go get in our bed. I don't know if that happens, but that would freak me out quite a bit.
In my mind, as an adult, me knowing now what goes on in a bed of a couple, I don't get in people's bed. I don't get in people's bed.
I don't even stand in their doorway.
I'm like, if I would have known then what I know now, I would have never got nobody bed. I don't know how long it's been since y'all don't watch these sheets. I don't know. That's a whole nother video. But anyway, I just think that if I have an issue with it, you take that, I take this to him, you take that to your spouse, and then your spouse needs to hear you, hear your heart. Y'all come to whatever that understanding is, and then he needs to go and talk to his parent. Blood deals with blood. That's just what that is.
Now I will say this. I'm going to add an addendum to that, because one of the things that we've kind of set up in our relationship is...
I know, Joe. We will, won't we?
One of the things we've set up in our relationship is she handles her family, I handle mine. If a situation gets too overwhelming, or I feel as though I need to step in after she's already tried to mitigate or mediate a situation, then, and only then, after we talked about it, will I interject myself into that situation. But that is very few and far between. That doesn't happen very often. That's if something has really been escalated and hasn't had any resolution. And that doesn't mean that I'm coming through with the strap, and it's nothing like that. It just may sometimes need to be another person or another approach to deal, because family deals with family in different ways.
Right.
The way that they talk and deal with their family, we may not talk and deal with our family like that. But sometimes, just like when you having a counselor or something like that, you may have to get another perspective about the situation or another approach to try to come to a resolution to a situation.
Right. And then, like he said, an escalated situation. If you see something as a spouse and you can see that it's starting to escalate, they don't even have anything to do with the fact that that's your family and I'm trying to get in and I'm trying to, be intrusive or whatever. I just see what's on the horizon. Okay, hey, y'all, this is getting out of hand. Let's stop this. This ain't got nothing to do with that being your brother or that being your mama or your daddy. Y'all, this is about to go someplace that some people could end up in jail. I ain't got no bail money for nobody.
Right.
Let's stop this.
And let me add this. Married couples, you have to protect your peace at home at all costs. Nobody can come in the middle of that. That's one thing that we have been on the same page about from the jump. You protect the peace of your home. That includes, in some situations, the people that you allow in your home.
Right.
If those people are bringing discord or anything like that, you got to protect your home. And sometimes it may take for you as the husband to say, hey, this is what it is. This is where we are. you can't bring that drama into my house.
Right.
I'm not going to allow that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Protect the peace. That's one thing I can say we've been very blessed about, is that we're both on the same page about protecting the peace of our home. We won't let anybody get in the middle of that.
Right. And you should want for everybody in the family to succeed as a whole. Like the in-laws, you know, whatever. Even if y'all ain't tight, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got to be friends. We ain't got to be loving, hugging, and kissing. Be okay with it just being okay. Like, it ain't got to be like, oh my God, I just love my mother-in-law. Oh my God, I just love it. It ain't got to be like that. It could just be, we on a respectful.
Right.
We have a respectful relationship. I respect her. She respects me. He respects me. I respect him. We ain't got to be best friends, but we need to have a respect for one another,
and
being that we are family.
Right.
Because we are tied and bound to each other
Right.
by the fact that our children we're family based on us being married.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing about it is, the whoever, that spouse is dedicated to their parents in a way that the other spouse is not. That's their family. Mm-hmm. The way that they did things, the way that they laughed, the way that they joked, that's them. We don't play like that. Mm-mm. Or we don't talk like that, or whatever the case may be. So that doesn't always resonate with me, or that doesn't always resonate with the other spouse. So what you guys have to do is create y'all's own culture. Okay, well then when y'all with y'all family, okay, that's fine, that's fun. Y'all play and y'all laugh and y'all do that. But take into consideration me and our house and the standards that we're gonna set. You have to consider me. Mm-hmm. That's what y'all do. But now I'm your family and I don't like that. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So y'all have to take the best from both families and throw away the trash, because every family got some, and create your own culture, especially when you have children. Because some stuff you do, you don't even know why you do. You do it because your mom and your daddy did it. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, relative to in-laws, another thing too, you teach people how to treat you. You can't say, well, I want you to do this for me, and I want you to treat me this way, and I want you to do that. But then you backdoor it and you do things to them that you don't want them to do to you. Like, you don't want them to come in your house and go in your refrigerator, but then you go to their house and go in their refrigerator. No. It has to be a mutual respect, because what's going to make them think they can't do it if you're doing it? You see what I'm saying?
That's good. That's
so.
Good. And let me add something else too. I know there are probably some people on here that have the best relationship with their parents. You a mama's boy, you a daddy's girl. Your spouse comes first. That's non-negotiable.
Number one.
Your wife comes first. Your husband comes first.
I'm sorry, y'all. It just is what it is.
Because depending on if there's a motive for the parent, and let's say I'm a mama's boy, and my wife has and my mother are having some issues, my mama might try to flex on my wife and then see what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you gotta make sure that your parents know their place in your relationship.
Right.
They don't have a place in your relationship. They don't have a place. Everything that you deal with anybody outside of the four walls that y'all live in is on a need to know basis. Your dad doesn't come before your husband. Your mom doesn't come before your wife. You can't do that, because what you're doing, just like Jamie just said, is that you're teaching people how to treat your spouse. Mm-hmm. Like, if I know that every time my mama can go off and say whatever about my wife, and then my wife knows that how's that going to make her feel? Knowing that I don't have her back. It
may be okay for a little while, but in a minute, that's going to get old.
Yeah.
And I tell you something, a lot of times with newlyweds or people who are trying to be accommodating, a lot of people think that's submission, because that's his mom or that's her daddy. Mm-hmm. That ain't got nothing to do with submission.
Right.
Especially if to the core of you're feeling disrespected or it's hurting you.
Right.
That ain't got nothing to do with submission.
Right.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
And then to add to that, what kind of what is that saying about your spouse feelings about dealing with you? Like, am I making you feel safe and comfortable enough to come to me and talk about that? Because now she may think in her mind that I don't even have her back. Like, if you don't have your back, if I don't have your back with my parents, I might not have your back on nothing else.
Right.
And that right there could be a seed that's planted in your relationship that starts to bear fruit in other areas.
Because the one thing about it is you're gonna always love your parents, no matter what.
What's up, Gauss?
You love your mom. You love your dad. Hey, Big Toe Seasoning, leaving clean. I was just finna say that. You're gonna always love your mom. You're gonna always love your dad. But I was about to allude to that scripture that talks about leaving and cleaving. Is not just for the man and the wife. It's for the parents also to recognize that you have to allow your child to leave and cleave. They gotta go.
You gotta let them go.
You gotta let them go to leave and cleave to their house, to their family, and create their own culture. Mm-hmm. You gotta be mature enough, because you're the mature one in this whole thing, because you're the parent. And sometimes, if you're I'll say this as a mother. If this was my situation, if this was me and I'm the mother-in-law and I feel like me and my daughter-in-law, of course I'm not in it. Hypothetical. As the older one, the matriarch, the more mature one, if you will, by age, I should be the one to set the tone for what goes on. Why am I gonna let this person dictate what happens in the relationship? Because if you raise your son right, if you raise your daughter right, and I'm saying right, based on how it's supposed to be, and you ask them to choose mom or dad, and they choose their spouse, your feelings gonna be real hurt. But guess what? That's what they're supposed to do. But if you ask them to choose, and they choose you, God is gonna be real disappointed. And then they gonna be the spouse gonna be heartbroken, and the marriage is gonna break down, because they're not supposed to choose you.
What's up, Chef Tiffany?
They're not supposed to. This is the way you love your parents. That love is never going to change. It don't change from day one. From the time I was born, the time I got 5, teenager, whatever. I still love my mother the same way I loved her from day one. He loved his mom the same way from day one. And sometimes I even know I get on my son and my daughter nerves. Just because I'm a mama. Because that's just what you do. My mama called me sometime and she still be mothering me. And I'm like, girl, I know this. But with your spouse, you can find yourself loving them more and more and more as the years progress. Because it's a different type of love. It's a different type of love. So you have to set a boundary with your in-laws to let them know that mama, daddy, I don't love you. I don't love you any less. The love is just different. This is my spouse. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what it is. This doesn't have anything to do with the way that I love you, how much I love you. None of that. This is just what it's supposed to be. And if your parents love you, then they'll love you enough to understand that this is what it's supposed to be. What it's supposed to be. Because what happens a lot of times is parents will put a responsibility on a child to be like their wife or their husband, and they want to put the responsibility on the son or on the daughter to be to them what a spouse is supposed to be to. I'm not your spouse. I'm your son. Right. I'm not your wife. I'm your daughter. Like, that responsibility that you're wanting me to have, it's unfair to me though. And it's unfair for you to want to call me and, because the thing about it is when you have a family, there's a lot of stuff that you deal with. And sometimes parents they act like they don't care because they have this entitlement about, I'm your mama. I'm your daddy. And it's like you are. And I will honor you all the days of my life because the word even says that. But what you're not realizing is I have my own stuff. And to me, what happens is you're not being fair to me because you're not considering me and my family. You're not considering me and my family. Like you're about what I can do for you, how much I can do. You're not going to come and do this. You know I needed you to do this. Well, mama, my wife was sick. Or the kids needed to go do this. Or I got to go and take her there. But I'm your mama. And you are. You absolutely are. And as soon as I take care of this, if I have the time, I'm going to get over there to you. But see, sometimes... And as kids, y'all, I'm telling y'all what I know, not what I heard. We feel so guilty because it's our parents. Mm-hmm. But God don't deal in guilt and condemnation. That ain't what it's supposed to be. But they know that works. A parent can guilt you so quick and be like, oh, so you just not going, okay, I see how you going to do that. Well, I sure hope it's so good thing I wasn't over here sick or nothing. You know, that kind of stuff. And it's like, don't do that. See, don't do that. That ain't even, don't do that.
Let me just say something funny. We was watching Bad Moms Christmas.
Yes.
This is just funny. So,
if y'all ain't seen that movie,
it's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
This mother, the mother moved in right next door to the daughter, and she was very controlling and very hovery. I know that ain't the word, but she told the daughter she had stage 12 cancer.
What she said? What kind of cancer? She had heart cancer?
Heart cancer.
She had heart cancer.
Cancer of the heart. But she was trying to manipulate her into being with her and all the time. And she was married and had four kids or something like that.
Right.
And that kind of stuff, and I'm making light of it, but that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Right.
So you have to put parents in their place, for lack of a better term, because go ahead, I lost my train of thought.
I was just gonna say you need to set the tone. I mean,
yeah.
Don't let the most relationally challenged person set the tone for the relationship of the family, of the in-laws. And if you're telling your spouse that you have a problem with this, and your spouse ain't doing nothing, that's a problem.
That's a major problem.
If your spouse is allowing his parents,
and that's the right word too,
is allowing. Because it's an allowance. Mm-hmm. It's absolutely an allowance because you ain't gonna let nobody talk to your mama crazy. You ain't gonna let me talk to your mama crazy. You ain't gonna let this person at the stove say this or do this to your mother. So why is it okay for your mama to walk all over me or, say these things to me? Because it's your mother. I get that. That's your mama. But I'm your wife. And I can do things for you that your mother cannot do for you. Mm. And I'm not even just talking about sexually, but there is a different type of love. It just is. So I just said all that to say you have to set a boundary. You have to set a tone. You do not have to, what's the word? When you go along with something, you don't have to participate in the chaos of what goes on with relative to. Am I shaking something?
You're shaking that.
Oh, you don't have to participate in the chaos that goes on relative to in-laws, because what happens is that hatred, bitterness.
That's what I was gonna say.
Anger.
Your parents are gonna move on. I mean, you'll move on. Your parents may not.
No.
You gonna stay with your spouse and everything,
and they're not gonna forget.
And they're not gonna forget.
Not
and you
at
have
all.
to be very selective about the information that you tell your in-laws.
Right. And if you're a parent, you need to really think to yourself: Am I intrusive? Like, am I an intrusive parent? Am I being fair to my son? Am I being fair to my daughter? Like, think about that, because even now, my son is 18, finna be 19, and I even think about this now for when he gets married one day, when my daughter gets married one day. We're gonna have to we're gonna have to relinquish, but we're gonna have to also mix and mingle with these people, with those other people, with whoever he marries, whoever she marries. I want to be able to have a harmonious relationship with those people, because I don't want it to get to a point to where there's tension. Mm-hmm. That's never what I want. That's never what you want in a relationship with people that you love, you want for everybody to collectively have harmony. Like I said, sometimes you just gonna have to be okay with it just being okay. It may not be, love, doves, and roses. It might just be like, we cool now. We have an understanding. And that may just be all you ever get, but it's okay.
And sometimes that's enough.
Yeah.
Sharika said, I'm the mama now.
Sharika.
Nephew, what's up?
Hey.
Trey just joined us. Sakina said, they must know it's not a competition. Passion for learning joined Jessibill. Where y'all come from?
That's really good too. They do have to know that it's not a competition, because if they think, and then too, if people think, like if the spouse thinks that you're competing with their parents too, then you as a spouse become the outsider, because that's still their parents. Because one thing you don't want to do though as a spouse, don't put your mouth on them people's parents.
Mm-mm.
Don't put your
That's one thing we don't do that.
Regardless of how they feel, let them talk.
Right. Now we may talk about the situation.
Right.
But your mom's horrible. Yeah. We don't do that.
Like calling people mamas out their names.
No, we don't do that.
What?
Yeah. Because you never know what kind of effect that could have on your spouse. That might cause them to look at you differently.
And I'm gonna tell you something. You don't never forget that. You don't never forget that. You call somebody mama, it's your whole no, but you never forget that. Never.
And guess who else don't forget that? The mama.
But I'm just saying, even if the mama don't know, but they just talking to you.
I thought you meant because there's been situations where that's happened.
Yeah, that's true too.
It's like you just, like we always say, take the high road.
And then if you saying stuff like everybody love me except for my in-laws, everybody love me. Well then obviously you letting them dictate your actions, and everybody really don't love you. Maybe you think everybody love you. But because I was watching it, was you watching it with me? We was watching that thing where the lady was on there. Oh, and see, this is another thing.
Oh, okay.
She was saying that she had a problem with the son-in-law, because she felt like he was isolating her daughter. And the daughter was saying, no, that ain't it. I love him, and we making a life, and such and such. And the lady on there was the host. She was like, well, it seems like your daughter's happy. I don't understand why you trying to. Mamas be knowing stuff, though. Sometimes you ain't got to say no words. If you're paying attention to your children, you don't sometimes have to say anything to your parents, and they know the real deal. She knew that her daughter was unhappy. You could look at that girl on this. You could look at her and tell she was miserable. But because of her domestication, she was trying to make a life with this man. I think they had 3 kids. And so she was just trying to make it work, because that was the father of her children. And she just wanted to be with him. And he had took off somewhere, and she wasn't home for Christmas. And she was a family person, but she was going against everything that she valued for him. But according to her, that's what she wanted. But according to her eyes and her tone and her energy, it's like you saying all the right stuff, but baby, you not. That's not your truth. And so the mother could kind of tell that, and she didn't like him. She wasn't like. She wasn't like being horrible to the guy. She just told her daughter she just didn't feel like she was happy. But sometimes parents can tell. But all I will say is, set the boundaries. Don't participate in the chaos. If you have a problem with something that's going on with your in-laws, take it to your spouse. If your spouse or your husband or your wife has a problem with something that your in-laws are doing, address it. Blood address blood. Don't go to that man, mom, and say, let me say something. This is my husband. You don't want to, that's not good. That's really, that's really not, in my opinion, that's really not a good idea, because you're putting him in the middle. And most of the time, men don't know what to do with that. Especially with women. Oh my God. So that's not good. But you definitely teach people how to treat you, and the spouse, as a spouse, you teach people how to treat your spouse. If you're allowing people to treat your spouse a certain way, they're gonna do it. Absolutely. If I let people talk about Damien, they talk about Damien to me, and I don't never be like, look, hold up, that's my husband. Don't just be, no, that's not what we're gonna do. So they gonna talk about him too. We all just having us a big powwow about Damien, who's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you have to set a tone and set a precedent sometime.
All the time.
So keep that in mind. But yeah, the in-laws. Did you say how to MC M Caldwell 177? Oh, M Caldwell 77.
Thank you for joining us.
And when you do, I'll say this though in closing, because it ain't been that long. But when you do, when you do address your in-laws, not your in-laws, but when you go to your person, your family, come from a place of love. Don't come from a place of anger or a place of like fear because you afraid, like, oh, if I tell my mom this, she gonna be so mad or whatever. Just come from a place of love, and love will lead you on what to say, and just be like, hey, mama, this is what it is. Shirley really feel like, when you be doing this, or when you say this, or when you come over to the house and you just be walking all in the kitchen, and it don't matter what she say, she say, let's eat pie, and then you bring the cake out or whatever. They make her feel bad or whatever. Like, you need to go and talk to your mom from a place of love of how your wife is feeling. And she's a woman.
That's what I was going to say.
And sometimes from a man, and sometimes from a man's perspective, your husband can help you be able to tell your daddy, from a man's perspective, okay, well, I'm going to talk to my daddy. What should I say to him? Like, man talk. What's going to get through to him, man talk? Cause you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, you just got to do what you got to do sometimes. But, yeah, don't be trying to be manipulative and all that kind of stuff. Don't feel like the victim and, well, I ain't going to say nothing. Just forget it.
You got to address it.
Because it's going to keep going on.
It's like a wound that hasn't been treated. It'll fester.
Because I'm going to tell you, we know people now, it's been 30 years, 25, 30 years, and they still feel the same way. They don't ever defend me. They don't never have my back. And they just, and it's sad.
What kind of existence is that, to be with someone, 30 plus years and feel like that the person that you decided to spend the rest of your life with doesn't support or have your back on nothing? Like, they automatically take the other person, whomever's other, just not your side ever. And
sometimes you have to make. Sometimes if your spouse don't have your back, you have to make a change. You just have to subtly, stand up for yourself. Sometimes that just means I'm not gonna go. I'm not trying to be funny, but if you're not gonna stand up for me, then I'm gonna have to stand up for myself. And I'm not gonna participate in somebody walking all over me and cussing me out and being disrespectful and being overbearing. And you're not gonna
address it.
But guess what? I'm not going to participate in someone being abusive, and I'm trying to be respectful as this person is your parent or this person is your spouse, because I'm the mom, and I'm trying not to disrespect your wife or disrespect your husband. So I'm just not going to go. Y'all have a good time. So I digress. Hey y'all, no, I'm just saying who all joined. Yep. Oh, so yeah, that's in-laws. In-laws in a nutshell. What she said? Oh, you got that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, if that in-laws ain't really hard, it's just blood deal with blood. Set some boundaries. If you have a grievance or discrepancy, let your spouse know. Spouse go deal with that, and y'all be a united front. That's just what it is, in love. And that's just what it is. The end. Happy holidays.
I think you did a great job carrying this tonight.
Tell your daddy he can't cut the turkey. Chris cuts the turkey in this house, okay? This Chris house.
Is that everything you had?
Yep.
So that was, like she said, that was in law. So what we do at the end of every broadcast is we leave it open for questions. So does anybody have any questions about the content tonight? Or anything else? Any other marriage related questions that we can answer?
I was talking to myself because my hair is a mess. Thank you, Altovia. Thank you so much. Love, I love. Bueller.
Sakina said this was good with a hot chocolate.
Oh, ooh, hot chocolate. That make me want to go make me some, girl. But yeah, so hey, Ty.
That's tequila.
Hey, I mean Ty. I'm talking about Ty. I mean, hey, Tequila. Hey, AJ and Kevin. I ain't say nothing to none of these people. Hey, Diane. If y'all still on here. But yeah, it was something else I was gonna say, but it wasn't about this. It was just something. It was about something else. I can't remember. Go ahead. What you say?
No, I was just waiting to see if anybody had any questions.
Anybody have any questions about anything? Cause this was real quick tonight. I don't think we ever did this. Cause boundaries ain't hard. It really ain't. I'm just telling you, if you ask them to choose and they choose their spouse, your feelings gonna be hurt.
You mean their parent?
Yeah, but they supposed to.
No, you said they choose their spouse.
Yes.
If you ask
as
them,
a parent. If you
as
ask
a parent,
them to
okay,
choose,
you didn't say that first.
If you're the parent and you ask them to choose and they choose their spouse, which they're supposed to, if you raise them right, your feelings are gonna be hurt. But that's what they're supposed to do. Hey, Tessie, I miss you too, girl. That was my best friend in junior high, in 8th grade. Hey, girl.
So we thank y'all for the hearts.
Thank you.
If this was something that you thought was good, please share this with your people, your friends on Facebook. Let them know about the content. Let them know what we're trying to do here. Marriage is Real is a movement where we're trying to reframe the image of marriage.
Yes, that's what he said.
And look at it from a different perspective. We don't say and think that we know all of everything and we have all the answers. We're sharing our experiences. You're more than welcome to disagree with us.
Ooh, yeah.
This is just what has worked for us 21 plus years. And that's how we're here today. So we're just sharing our experiences and we just want to see marriage live and thrive like it should, because it's not just about us. It's about other people and it's about our children.
It's about the legacy. Absolutely.
And if you're not creating a place that can be harmonious for a marriage, it starts to have an effect in other areas of your life. So that's why we do what we do. And we love what we do.
Yes, we do.
Just keeping it 100.
And a lot of times, y'all, your parent may never say it.
Oh, thank you, Tony.
Oh, thanks, Tony. But sometimes the parents, they may never say it, but they really may be envious. But they really do admire what you have with your spouse. When you have unity.
They respect it.
They absolutely respect it, that you have a spouse or a husband and a wife, that y'all are a team. And that y'all talk about stuff together, but they'll make a little comment. Oh, I know you gotta talk to them, or y'all talk about everything.
Right. And I can't tell y'all how many times they be like, oh, you gotta talk to your wife, right? Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
And because we've set the tone, I don't even have to say it no more. They already know.
They'll say, well,
they trained.
Talk to Damien.
And let me know.
Right.
Let me know.
About the smallest things. Some stuff I don't have to talk to them because we already have an understanding. But they understand that we talk about things. I'm not just going to make decisions without him. But like, if my nieces want to come over, and they'll be like, they may say, well, talk to Damien, see. Well, we already understand that if they want to come over, we have an understanding that's fine. Well, that's fine. He don't mind. Because we already have that understanding. Mm-hmm. But they know, our family knows that we talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just making an example. But even if my baby want to go somewhere, I'll say, hey, just common courtesy. Hey, such and such want to pick Trini up and go to to her house after school. Just letting you know. Oh, that's cool. Because I want to make sure that the lines of communication are open and that we're on the same page. It's a mutual respect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's how you have success.
Right.
In anything.
And it's common courtesy.
It's a partnership.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's a shared leadership. That's basically what it is. Because when one is down, the other one picks up the slack. That's just all it is. It's like what the thing called? A generator.
When the power go out.
Yeah.
Sharika said, envious, jealous because they didn't have that life.
Exactly. Yeah. That is so true. And it's sad. But, hey, I decided that I wanted to have something different. And I set a standard,
Hey, Anitra.
And sometimes it came with lots of trial and error.
Oh, so much. Probably more error than trial. I know on my part.
And I got to continue to use you because marriage is not respected nowadays. I admire what y'all doing. Love y'all. Thank you, brother.
Y'all.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate it so much.
Yeah, if y'all want us to come and
much.
talk at an event or anything like that, hit us up. Let us know. We love to.
Yeah, we just on here now.
Leonard Caldwell, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for joining. Yeah, we just
so
just chilling.
If nobody doesn't have any questions, we're not gonna hold y'all any longer.
We're just gonna sign off. Say sayonara. If anybody have any other topics that y'all want to talk about, hey.
Yeah, give us some topics. Something this was a topic that somebody requested.
Yeah, and it's good. It's very fitting for the time of season, for this season.
Yep.
I mean, because you about to encounter a lot
They
of
coming.
They coming. They is. They is, because like when my family come over, and even when I go to their house, if nobody's in the room, we all in the room. We just walk in each other's bedroom. It ain't nothing. At first, it used to be like, dang. I said, does that bother you though? If it bothers you, he was like, nah, I just ain't never seen that before.
Weird. It was weird.
But I mean, that's just what we do. Nobody's in there. Because usually we put our purses and our coats and stuff like that. So nobody's in there. So what you gonna do? What you knocking on the door for? Ain't nobody in there. So just go in there and get the stuff. We go in there, we primping we got a family full of girls. So we go in the room, we go in the bathroom, we be primping in the mirror. I be like, girl, what's these shoes in your clothes? That's just what we do. But I do it at their house, so when they come to my house, they do it at mine.
We're overrun with girls on her side of the family. Oh my God.
But it's not a problem for him now.
It's like 4 of us.
But at first, he was like, y'all just be going to... But I asked him, I said, is that a problem? See, and when you get married, you don't even know to ask those questions until that stuff comes up. You don't go into marriage saying, okay, so you gonna have a problem if my sister's coming to my bedroom and go in my closet. You don't know about it. You don't think to ask that. This is stuff that comes up as it comes up. That was so hilarious to me, but okay, that, like I said, that was 20 years ago, but you don't have a problem with it now. But like I said, I don't get in people's bed. I know that. Oh, they be like, girl, come look at my bed. Oh, that's cute. Look at them pillows. That is a nice bedspread. Look at that.
Come sit on it. It's real soft.
Oh, I feel it, girl. It's soft. Oh, I like that. That's nice. I still have a problem with hotel beds, so let me just say. It's still real hard for me, but okay.
All right, good people. Y'all. We're gonna sign off. If y'all need us, you can DM us on Facebook. You can message us. marriageisreal@gmail.com.
Thanks,
Instagram. You can reach out to us on Instagram. Marriage is Real, the Facebook. If y'all haven't subscribed or liked the Marriage is Real Facebook page, our goal is to get all of the traffic on the Marriage is Real page and not on our personal pages. We only do this because we're trying to get traffic to the Marriage is Real page. So eventually we'd like to not even be on our personal pages anymore. Just everybody meet over at the Marriage is Real page. But we love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in for another Marriages Monday.
You keep saying it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Marriage
so
Monday. Love you too, sis. Sharika, we love you so much.
Love you, Sharika.
Congratulations on that new baby.
Yes, I forgot. Granny Shell.
And thank you, Asia, for
thank you for the
video
topic
and
and congratulations again.
Yep, love you so much. Thank you for your support. We're gonna sign off. Y'all enjoy y'all week, and we will see y'all. We might do something next Monday. I guess we could still do something. Yeah.
It's just the 23rd?
23rd. Yeah. We'll see y'all next Monday.
Twerk and jerk.
Twerk and jerk. Y'all enjoy y'all's the rest of y'all night. We out of here.
Good night. Bye, y'all. Now you gonna